Hopefully not too long. Helps if I stick myself in the actual broadcast booth, so I'm not just broadcasting it to the game. And yes, you can hear me twice. I'm having to use my phone as the chat complex. But yes, we should not hopefully be too long before we'll be starting off with stints 3 and 4 of the Sunset 10 hours. The GT4 and GT5 event. And my phone is being a dick. But yeah, shouldn't be too long. I'm just currently stuffing my face full of food before we start because timing is perfect, as you can tell. First time as well being in charge of a lobby, which is going to be fun. Just waiting on EBT Flam to ready up. And we'll be up, ready to go. And here we go. Hello, Joel. How are you, sir? So at the current point in time, well, as of speaking, F1 are currently on their dominating peak in GT4. And currently being, the only time they're really being challenged is with the ESV cars on occasion and in GT5. But it's a case of seeing who, what and how, because we don't know what's going to happen in the race. Other key things to have a look at is the OSM car flying through the field on multiple occasions now. So that could be something to watch with them coming up. TNR have been their normal force, just lurking, but attacking as and when, making their way through, with the HYR car also in the mix. VER, again, continuing the A-lobby form. So it's going to be quite a good run. Obviously, EXR, their second endurance race since being reformed. Probably, I don't know. We might find out that there could be a reset. I really don't know. And the other things we've got to look out for is we've also got JSR and F1R in the GT5 category. Sea Dwarf making his first A-lobby appearance as well. Takashi also saying hello, and you're also racing. Good luck, good sir. Also got my boys of PTG in the mix with Lucas driving the GR86, not the most popular car in the world. LMP also in the A lobby. LMP also in the A lobby with Amoeba, and TNR and GT5 as well with Larry. So it's going to be quite a good matchup. And here we get going. Well, we should get going. Hello, Jobs. So as we see the F1R car on the pole. NDL though in P2. Oh, you got Jones. No thing on how different people are. That's great. And here we begin. Why is it doing that? I don't want replay. I don't want replay. As off we go. F1R making a good move. Green already up on the inside of Bobby. Straight away. And the two TNR cars. Well, is that the two TNR cars? No, it's Windows versus Sirif. It's all flying through. Actually, no, it's Windows versus Sirif. And in fact, Sirif is going to attack his teammate and going quite deep into the back of Green nearly. Green making a bit of an astute start, has now dropped back behind Bobby. It's Backer and Kvato for P1 and P2 at the current moment, as here comes the almighty Camaro. Makes the move up on Bobby, and the question is who's going to get through in the slipstreams. A little bit of a sideways way for Kvato. Bryker's gone up the ribboning, and Windows look through on the inside. Go a little further back as Flam seems to drop back quite a bit. He's been hounded by Hillbilly and Spark and Pop Croaky. A little further back as in fact Joe is attacking Pop Croaky, and he's going to go back all the way. Let's have a look at GT5, see how they're getting on. And it's the two Mazdas, first and second with Kokodas over Takashi. Dwarf is now in third with Lucas directly behind him. Oh, a bit of sideways. Very bit of sideways from Takashi there. A little bit too much grass cutting going on now. As looks like Kiwi's put his elbows out and has gone past Lucas. But Lucas is going to come straight back through. We're right on board with Amoeba, who's looking straight at them too. And in fact, he's not going to get back through. Right on board with Dwarf in the Sovereign racing car. So it looks like JSR are really dominating the GT5 class on this one. They've had a very solid run of races. We'll jump back to them in a second as we see further back Amoeba going pure sideways. Stockash quite far back on this one. Makes you wonder if there's been an incident, same for Larry. As Lucas now trying to attack. What has gone on this? I love my bucket very much. Oh dear. Of course I would. As Lucas now coming up to attack Dwarf. Well, I say attack, he's past Dwarf. So takes the podium spot away from him. And the question is, can he get after the F1R cars? Batker's made a good breakaway from Kvatro. Lotus sound rather posted. Camera shaking. Yes. How doth one do? If I can find the settings to sort that out, certainly. But if I back out of this, I can't do it. Because I won't be able to come back in. Because for some reason my Forza does not let me come back in. As we have a look further back, looks like Sirif is going to be cork in the bottle at the moment. And yes, Takashi has passed Kokodas now. So this is going to get rather interesting going forwards. As it looks like Sirif's now going to start trying to reel in on Green. Bobby's now the cork in the bottle, holding on to from Bryker and Rose as well as Hillbilly. And Kokodas has got back past Takeshi now. Lucas up 2 spots, is starting to make some ground, but still being held with Dwarf. With the next up being Kiwi Melon, not really catching them, so they're breaking themselves away. As we have a look, and looks like Batka is getting a hell of a way from Cavatra at the moment. The little Lotus is not being able to get up there. We'll keep an eye on it. It's annoying, there's no lap delta, so I can't actually really tell. And oh, as we go on to Bobby, and Bobby goes into the wall. So Green is actually being caught now. Everyone's now starting to space themselves out. Keep an eye on this all, because this could turn into a rather big fight for P3. As Sirif isn't dropping away from Green. Green isn't getting away from him either. As Kokodas and Takeshi straight back onto each other. Lucas is gaining, but he is being caught with Dwarf. Now the question is, can Takeshi get past and keep it past him? As we saw from Ginetta's here and other things, raced on sunset down the back straight turns into, well, it is quite literally the Slipstream Cup. You can get 20 different lead changes going down the back straight, and all they're doing is following each other on the line. And I don't think Takeshi's going to get up to Kokodas in enough time, really. He's going to make some ground, but he's not got enough to really get up and challenge him on the back straight. Is it called Chaos? Oh, my apologies, it's called Chaos. I've always said it as Kokodas, I don't know why. As meanwhile, as I've just seen on there, Green is under attack from Sirif. TNR car is on the hunt at the moment. He's passed him on the hunt. Sirif takes P3. Now the question is he going to catch up to Vartro and then attack for Batka? I don't know. Although Sirif goes very, very sideways going through. Green trying to get a bit of momentum going. This Chevy, while it does seem to have the grunt, doesn't seem to have a lot compared to that Mercedes. As we see Bobby further back, who's he being challenged by? Bobby's being attacked by Pixelated Rose. Ah, different tyres. I mean, there's that, and also the Chevy is, you know, a big old car. It's a warship, so, you know. It looks like Cavatro is dropping back from Backer as well. So, the question is this going to be... Ooh, bit of a violent gear change there. Is this going to be something that's going to go on for the entirety of the race? Is Sirif going to actually go up there? Yeah, the GT5s are having a bit of a fight. Jap speed versus friends first. Takeshi, the older boy, in this fight. He's been around in God knows how long. Actually, they've somehow managed to drag him out of retirement for this race. As Cod Chaos looking to attack. Two very, very fast lads. Well, it looks like Takeshi's car is a little bit more looser than a Jap speed car. A Jap speed car seems more planted. Is Takeshi going to get anything back on that slipstream? As we see further back, Lucas still ahead of Dwarf, but they're not really catching. Oh, he's having a think about it. He's having a think. Very, very close to the wall, though. Oh, got Chaos with a little bit of a dive and a slip there. So we'll have a quick check on him. Sirif has now got ahead of Green. Riker's now onto the back of him. And it looks like Batka is starting to really, really put a gap now. See, something must have happened with Larry. He is very, very far back at the moment. Whether it is tyres or damage or something, we don't know. He's further back. Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention to what tyres people are actually running. I don't know. I think Batka is. Honestly, Bobberts is somewhere in the chat. I'd ask Bobberts. He would probably know better if he's willing to give that information up, that is. As we've seen now, Takashi lining up COD Chaos. Hello, Barcode. How are you, sir? God, they're getting so close to the wall. Takeshi makes it into the lead. And Lucas is starting to rein them in. He's a lot closer than he was before. This is going to be mainly a GT5 fight, I reckon. Unfortunately, we've got to listen to the MX-5 absolutely screaming. But, you know, it's GT5. Yeah, Lucas is certainly hooking up to the back. In fact, I think Lucas is in slipstream distance. There's also 29 of you lovely people watching in total. Just want to say hello to you all. I hope you're all doing well. There's so many other things you're going to be doing with your life, but you're watching my stream, but I couldn't change it for the world. Lucas has dropped back again. Real quick. We'll just see how COD Chaos gets up to Takeshi. Takashi. I don't know which way it's pronounced. Does make any moves. I'm going to flick to the GT4s just to see where they're getting on. So Batka is still a decent way ahead of Cavatro. Sirif isn't gaining any ground. Green's slowly being caught by Bryker. Rose has dropped back quite a little bit. Hillbilly on his own. Bobby's dropped back behind them all, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. Windows, Pabrockery, Joe Flam, Spark. Spark's at the back now, so I don't know whether he's pitted, damaged, we don't know. Potentially have a look. As COD Chaos is hitting the sniff button. He's sniffing the back of Takeshi. On a bit of sideways. But that seem to have helped him going in. So we can see if this actually looks any better. Not hugely, but it's better. Oh, that's a bit scenic, actually. But yeah, Chaos is starting to mount the attack, very much so. And he's gonna absolutely drag him down the straight with the slipstream. And he's shown the wall by Takashi. He has shown the wall. Lucas is going to get P2 at the moment. Let's have a look, see if there is any damage. 0.1% engine, nothing major. As Batka comes flying through. That was a very firm shutting of the door, and unfortunately Forza Glue and Forza Physics said, nope, to JSR. To the rest of the GT5 field, this is fantastic. This is a magic moment for them, because now all of them have just seen the two gods have a fight, and there's blood in the water. It's Cog Chaos now is going to try and attack Lucas. Vartro goes through, says hello, doesn't give anyone the stream. Now it's game slipstream. Oh, and Lucas! A bit of contact and a little bit of contact between Track and Lucas, as well as Lucas and the JSR car, and he goes into the barrier. Question is, has this done anything damage-wise? Let's have a look and see. Has Lucas got any damage at all? Very, very lucky. No damage apart from pride and tyres. As we see Joe in the pits. God, Chaos and Sirif. Oh, that was very, very close. Now the good thing for Chaos... Oh, hello. There's a bit of GT4 and GT5 hate crime going on back there. As we see Green now under a lot of pressure from Bryker. And we see Rose pushing Lucas wide. Green stuck behind Cod Chaos, but that's helped out for Bryker. I tell Lucas to both the GT4s going high. Past the race leader. We're going to keep an eye on them, because it's a fantastic fight going on for GT5. We're going to ride on board with Bryker and Green as Bobby has gone up. Vartro and Rose in the pits. Green's actually managing to now get back away from Bryker. And in fact, they're reining in Sirif. What with the track rubbering in? 100%. Chaos is trying to catch up to Takeshi, but he's currently being constantly attacked now by the GT4s, and in fact Green is now on the hunt for P2, and he's going to get P2. Oh, what? Oh, okay, so Sirif has gone into the pits. And Green is going to filter to P2 now. Still a long ways. Oh no, Batka is also in. So on strategy alone, Green is going to be in first position. Now the question is this the right strategy or not? We don't know. As GT5s enter the pit lane, oh, I see what that was, Craig. Right, okay. Yeah, I didn't actually catch that, but it's what it is. This Cavatro now is actually starting to catch back after this pit stop. As the Lotus now, God, that makes a odd noise. But has the Lotus now come into its own? Okay, she's still got a lead over God Chaos. Lucas is a little bit behind JSR, a little bit behind Cod Chaos as well. GT5s, rather spread out. Cavatro versus Bat, of course you can. Oh, come on, Bat. Although Batka does seem to be getting a run away. Although for position, he is actually fighting Flam. Now, where is Bruno when we need him? For the Brazil #1, as sure enough, Flam has gone a little bit sideways, and he's going to let Batka come straight back through. Well, I say straight through. He touches the wall just to make sure it's still solid. And Cavatro goes through too. Also, boys in the chat, let's not start arguing over incidents. Thank you very much. Don't make me mute both of you, because I will do. As we're going to listen to this Lotus on maximum attack. Neb, do not tempt me. I have the powers to be, you don't. In fact, actually, I also gave, because Barcode is an admin, Barcode has power in my chat to also do it. Yes. Well, I think Cavato pitted slightly earlier. Oh, get on. So Cavatro's tyres are at 16%. And I think Backla's only going to be barely any of that. In fact, he's actually hunting down Spark. Run, Spark! He's going to get you! Yeah, he's on 10, so there's 5% tyre offset. As sure enough, Spark is being hunted. I would say by an angry AMG, but they're both angry AMGs. Oh, Spark's actually going to give him a fight back. But all this is doing is letting Cavatro catch up a lot. Little bit of grass going on that AMG as Cavatro now making the moves onto Spark, and looks like Spark is going to get demoted. Being on top of the wheel is crazy, but fair. Yes, very much so. So the only thing I don't like about this camera is it keeps flicking between a driver view and the outside view. As GT5 update. God Chaos is still trying to catch Takeshi. And now we go back to Backup. Is it Backer? I don't know. Should have a stream title. I don't know why it does it. It is the, you know, Xbox being the Xbox. Hopefully soon, I will be all professional looking, because I will have a PC soon, and you'll be able to witness all of this in its greatness, and with potentially my Spotify playlist on as well, because that goes rather hard while watching this. Hey Caden, how are you doing, sir? Yes, Dwarf jumped Lucas. I think he got him on the way into the pit lane, because they were incredibly close. As Pop Cree is in, or I'm just going to call him Pop. So now, on strategy, Green is good distance away from Backer. The question is, can he keep that? Hey Imogen, how are you? As COD Chaos is catching Takeshi. This is going to turn quite violent. Very fast. We're going to keep an eye on him on the mini-map. As the Mercedes clouts the wall. I'm sorry, what was that, Caden? And yeah, COD is flying. I will send you a message after the stream is over. But yes, it looks like Batka is certainly trying to pull away from Kvartra, and I think he's doing it. He's a little distance away. Yeah, no dramas, buddy. This COD Chaos is raining in Takeshi. That's a very good question. While they do that, I believe I can actually look at this, can't I? Hold on. Can I? Maybe not. Don't think I can. Either way, he is catching quite a bit. Because in fact, if we go on to Takeshi's view, there they are. Driver data. Ah! Summary. Driver data doesn't just show a summary for me. Oh, it's Forza Motorsport, mate. Oh, hang on. I think I have to do that, don't I? No. Okay, it's not showing the times. It's a bit weird. Either way, very much catching. I say that actually, Takeshi's pulled an almighty gap on COD Chaos. Mighty gap. As we see, Green has hit the pit lane. A little bit away from Bryker. Sirif and Bryker are together once again. Backer is still away from Kvartro though. He's still pulling away. Joel, do not influence him. Thank you very much. I do not need COD guys supporting F1R as well. COD Chaos is coming. Very slowly, but he's coming. And someone's lagged out because this has had a moment. And it's Kiwi Melon. ZR is going to be an uproar as Kiwi Melon is out. CS is better, yes. There is a big gaggle of cars. Green is currently being hunted by Rose and Hill. Bobby's being chased by Windows. Joe's just on his own. And Proctory's on his own. Flam and Spark are continuing their fight at the back. where are people? So Lucas is a little bit behind Dwarf at the moment. Check on Spark. Oh, good friend Sparky. Oh no! I think he's hit the wall. I'm no expert, but I think he has hit the wall. Now the question is, has he hit Flam? Because Flam hasn't got any damage. So it looks like he has just clouted the wall. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to all of you at VR, but Sparks has managed to die by hitting the wall. Check on Spark, oh dear. It's unfortunately true. So we're going to have a look at the lead battle in a moment. Backer is still... Ooh. No, go on. Ah! Buttons. Archer is still a little way behind Backer. Serif is on a charge though. That was a chop. Chop and a half there. It's not over yet. Is it? Also got a counter of 33 people on the stream. Thank you all for being here and listening to my voice. Let's have a GT5 look. Old Chaos is there, he's menacing, but he's not there. As we'll do a very quick run through, as we're now at the 1 hour and 27 mark. Continuing on for F1R's normal dominance is Backer in P1 and GT4 with Cavatro in P2 for the NDL crew. P3 currently at the moment is going to the way of TNR with Serif in third and fourth is Riker. P5 ESV Green in the big old warship Camaro with P6 the Exodus Racing car of Hillbilly overtaking Amoeba. P7 is going to be Pixelated Rose in the TBR entry. There's a Doge on the side of that car. He's actually not that far behind Hillbilly. P8 OSM Bobby also within this fight. And he's also got a Pikachu and whatever the hell that thing is on the left. It looks like a Charmander. Windows is P9. And rounding out on the top 10 of the GT4s is going to be HYR Snooky Joe in a HYR livery Aston Martin. In fact, the only Aston Martin in A lobby. Pop is in P11 with EBT Flam in P12. With the absolute pride of Brazil in A lobby. P13, unfortunately, in Spark. Leading your GT5s after a lengthy battle is F1R Takeshi. He's not that far away though, but in P2 is JSR COD Chaos. I keep going to say Kokodas. We're going to be back on these soon. Sovereign Racing takes P3 in A lobby with Sea Dwarf, and P4 is the way of Pendulum Tuning Garage with Lucas at the helm. Also rather good paint job. Anyway, NDL Stock Ash is in P18 and he's hounding the GT4s. He's not meant to be doing this. P19. What am I doing? Sorry, P4, P5. So P6, sorry, is Larry B in the other TNR GT5 car. And the last of the GT5 field is LMP's top entry with Amoeba. I think he has been in the wars. Again, lovely paint job on there. And he's being hounded by the GT4s. We're going to ride on board with COD Chaos as he now starts attacking Takeshi again. The question is, are they going to end up in the wall and force glued? Or are they actually going to go well? Very well done on that, Caden. And yes, COD Chaos is on an absolute mission. It's kind of like the night out of... oh, hello, there's Sirif going around the outside. It's kind of like the night out of... oh, what's it called? Tis But Scratch. Gets hit in the wall. Ah, tis But Scratch. Gets pushed off. Ah, it's But Scratch. He's surely within slip range. Now the main thing is these two have gotten so far ahead now of Dwarf. He's just out the way now. Lucas is trying to rein Dwarf in, but it's not going too well. Now Pixelated Rose has just pitted, and Joe, while we watch Cod Chaos try and catch up some of the gap, Kavatro's dropped back off the back car. Sirif and Bryker have also dropped away from each other, but Green is back to hound the TNR car. As we see said TNR member, and there he is. Could make a certain reference there, but I'm not going to because it's probably against the terms of TORA. But the Americans are chasing the German car. There's a British driver chasing a German driver. And in fact, that's going to get spicy in a second. I'm going to keep an eye on him. Entire time, of course, a can of avocado. Do bear with. I need more caffeine. There you go. Going to change the stream title now to Crack and Open a Cold One with Chungus. That is a white monster. Beard, because you've asked for it, no, we're going to keep it up the whole time. No, it is a Coke, Ted. I wish it was a white monster, but I wouldn't sleep. Now, Sirif is being hunted down. Riker has been caught by Green. Sirif is being hunted now. Now, Gavatro has dropped to P10. He's had his pit stop. That's fair. Also, hello, Beard. It's good to see you, you good old sod. I hope you're doing well. As we've just seen some curb jumping there from Takeshi. See Bobby coming through. It's on, ladies and gentlemen. GT5. It's round 2. Electric Boogaloo. And the bell is going to be going out as soon as they cross the line. Because the slipstream's coming and Cod Chaos is going to be attacking Takeshi. Hello, Lucky. Here he comes. Also, double check beforehand. No one's coming up. Right. Ding, ding, ding. So now it looks like the JSR car is actually getting a little bit more loose than the F1R car. I will admit, it is rather weird seeing them just absolutely hammer it and not hit the wall. I'm keeping the board open on Green at the moment, just because he's making the move. I want to see when he catches Sirif. It's not. That's true. No, I see it hit the wall there, Joel. So, yeah, it does happen. So, shush. As Takeshi now, out and loose. Spooked by Cavatro there, I think. And there's another GT4 coming through. It's Pop. I'm calling him Pop because I cannot pronounce his name right. And Green has now filtered back through to P2. In fact, he's going to take the lead again. Because everyone has pitted. I'm going to quickly ride on board with Cavatro on that one. As both of them come into pit now, this is going to be rather entertaining. Cavatro jumps to P4 now. Backer's got a little bit of a gap going up, and Green has certainly cycled all the way through. All of the GT5 field has come through to have a pit. Oh, okay. I was expecting something to happen there, but it didn't happen. As the GT5s are now... I don't think the GT5s get the whole thing of the GT5, GT4 Classic, because they're attacking the GT4s when they really shouldn't be. Keshi now getting very sideways from that curb. The curb did not like him at all. May as well rename this to the Mazda Spec Cup in GT5. Check on thing. Can we see carts? He's not here, so go. In fact, Green. Oh, Backer has got through from Rose. Cavatro slowly catching. And what I want to check is Lucas is in the pits now. Dwarf is on the back straight. So I think there's a bit of pit strategy going on between them. Cold Chaos got into slipstream range right as they pitted and now isn't catching. As they fly through past Lucas. EXR boat anchor. For goodness sake. All I'm saying is don't start bringing the AI lawman back out, okay? Jump over that curb there. He's joining me. No, I do not. That is a no-no. There's some horrors in there. This looks like Backer has got a massive gap over Cavatro now. That Lotus is just not there. I mean, to be brutally honest, if you're comparing, it depends how bad Beard was in his run. If it was really bad, you could have called him the Bishmark, because that's sunk at the bottom of the sea. Anyway. So Windows and Bobby are together. Just going to keep an eye on them all, just flicking through. Dwarf has cycled back through on Lucas. Yes, the melon can. Yes, I would. However, in or there. Yeah, exactly. The John Cena can right there. Because it's built from the ground up, that it gives us the option still to look at it. And also what makes me laugh is how much it shows people going flying off the track when they go around that central section. Because Forza's made a fantastic game of this. Also 40 people in this stream. Hello all. Hell of a lot of you. Jesus. play nicely. As Cod Chaos now. We're coming on to round 3. Round 3 between the GT5 leaders. There is a spider just... I'm trying to watch this, and there's also a spider trying to make its way towards me. Takeshi closing the door on JSR Cod Chaos, but he's not exactly going away anywhere as Cod Chaos gets the inside line, shows and knows, but it's not really going to do much. I'm trying to find something to hit the spider with. Oh, it's a spray duster. That'll do. Has a little bit of a touch there. Spider has been dealt with. That's Cod Chaos now, eyeing him up. Start yelling. No. I have not got the energy for that. I do yell at times, but I have not got the energy for that. Hello, Lip, how are you? Here comes TBK. Very, very well. Very, very well. As Cod Chaos now is starting to gain. He's gonna gain. That very nearly ended in tears and curtains for both. Last of the late breakers indeed. Hello Michaels, how are you sir? On Takeshi getting it very, very crossed up, going out of the infield section. This is not going to go well, is it? This is going to end in chaos. Because chaos is not Takeshi, get it? Right, anyway, moving forward. There's a bit of touching going on now between Cod Chaos and Takeshi. A little bit of a nudge to say, I'm here, get a move on. As we now play the slipstream game. But there's only one winner. Which needs to be considered. Joel, behave. As Takeshi gets a fantastic run on the way out of that final corner there. Working rather than racing. Well, that's unfortunate. Also, if you're enjoying my tones, I'd get a check of your mentalities going on there. Oh, it's Takeshi with a little bit of a late move on the out. Well, I say move on the outside, and just a very wide turning. As we see windows come through. Oh, and does give a little shove to Takeshi, and this opens the door for Cod Chaos to come through. And there is some door banging going on as Backer comes through. Oh God, Backer just clouts the outside wall. He does not want to get anywhere near his teammate, and nor does he want to get near Cod Chaos. It seems to have... Whoa, Takeshi with a load of movability there. Oh, and Cavato nearly comes down on Cod Chaos. As Cod Chaos has actually got a fantastic run on the outside. He's going to get PTSD. He's on the outside by the wall, but he's not being squeezed this time. The move is done. Cod Chaos back to the lead of GT5. That's the wrong person. That's the wrong person. There we go. As now the cards have turned, and it's Takeshi versus God Chaos. It's Bacca now. It's starting to rein in Kvatro. Sorry, Kvatro's starting to rein in Bacca. Green's dropped back to P3. With Sirif, like normal, hunting him down. Sirif seems to be a menace to the ESV cars. Lucas has got ahead of Dwarf. The amount of flames being spat out of that MX-5. Is he going to make a move here? Not an intentional move. Takeshi was really reining it in on that slipstream then. Chaos just touches the wall there. It's only a little touch, but it touches the wall. Big switch from Takeshi. And a track cut as well. What was we see? Green just slinging up the inside of Takeshi there. Yeah, Cod did do a fantastic job there. As they're coming up now to lap the LMP car of Amoeba. Dropped back horrifically off of Kvatro. Green is starting to catch Kvatro quite a bit now. Sirif still hunting him down. It looks like Amoeba isn't going to get out of the way of Cod Chaos. Lucas has dropped back a fair amount off of these two. And has dropped Dwarf as well. Cod Chaos now has got through on Amoeba. Which is good, except for the fact that Takeshi's going to get him on the straight. Which is going to get a lovely bit of slipstream if he does hit the TNR car. This is a bit of a godsend for Takeshi here. Any GT4s? No more GT4s. It's safe. Oh, so close to that inside wall. Gives me the heebie-jeebies every time they go near that. No, Dwarf is a little bit behind. Oh no, actually, there has been a change. I think something has happened, as they are fighting. As GC4 in the middle of the fight there. Keep an eye on the top fight as well, on the mini-map. I think they're all due a pit stop soon as well. They're not long off it. Oh, look at that. And it looks like Cold Chaos is certainly keeping ahead of Takeshi. As the MX-5 in drag, trying to hunt down the GR86, but it's not really going that well. Yeah, to be fair, that does sound quite horrible. As the leader of GT5. Bobby's got ahead of Cavatro now. Ah, Cavatro pitted, that's why. So Backer is slowly being caught by Green, but he's got a mighty gap to go on there. Sirif has dropped back off of Green at the moment, so is Bryker. Bobby's a little gap away. Same as Cavatro. Everyone's all got little gaps. Spark is in his own gap. What did I say in that? No, sorry, he's a lap down. Never mind. Yeah, they're not that far away actually. They're within touching distance if someone does something silly. Let's pop now. So that is a menacing sight. Like, imagine you're on your tractor and you're MX-5 and that thing comes absolutely steaming up the outside of you. That's Takeshi now, starting to mount an attack. And Takeshi's going to take an early pit stop. Okay, a little bit of strategy going on here. It looks like Lucas... Let's see, is Lucas going to pit early or is he going to run long? Oh, Rose. Very, very close to Cold Chaos there. So Lucas is going to stay long, so's Dwarf. As Backer comes in, I'm just going to ride on board on the mini-map with Green, because this could be an interesting one. Sure enough, Green is going to take the lead. Sirif comes in now, so Green's going to have an almighty run through. Let's see where Cavatro turns up, because he might be close to the Backer, he might not. In fact, I don't think he is. I think Backer's going to get out easily ahead. Takeshi's a little way back. As we're at the 1 hour mark on time. Now this is going to be the fun part. We're going to ride on board with Takeshi. And we're going to see whether he's put on enough laps to overthrow Cold Chaos, or whether Cold Chaos is just going to come out ahead. Either way, we'll have a look and see. So Dwarf's in the pits. Lucas is going to stay out long. So Lucas takes over the GT5 lead for now. There's Cod Chaos, and he comes flying through. But then so does Windows on the inside of Takeshi. So it looks like JSR's been beaten on pit strategy. As Takeshi gets a little bit sideways and helped a little bit by the AMG behind him. Is he going to keep ahead of Dwarf? Because Dwarf has also stopped. We're right on board with Cod Chaos. As Hillbilly comes steaming past. Lucas is going to stay ahead of him. In fact, Lucas is going to have a bit more of a better gap than Dwarf. The Dwarf is steaming down down that outside edge. I think Lucas is going to have a decent gap on him. Oh no, Razor's here. Hillbilly got claimed by me, but oh, he didn't get it, so did he? It's that time again! Cod Chaos is starting to catch Takeshi. This is really annoying because I need to go to the loop. But this is kind of something I don't want to miss. Honestly, Chaos has had so many comebacks now, it's unreal. Again, there is a joke I can make on that, but it is not suitable for the stream. To be really honest, I don't think that even a lap distance can do anything. Racer. As Green now enters the pits. And Batco's right behind him. Green didn't have a lot of gap on there. I think he's going to overdo Cavatro, maybe. We're going to ride on board with Cod Chaos. Keep an eye on him while I'm gone. I shall be back in 1 second. I have returned. Yes, that is my chair squeaking. It is rather old. Let's just get the lead board up, see what's going on. It's Green still in P3. Not that far behind Cavatro though. Lucas isn't pulling away from Dwarf though. Not that hugely though. Yes I am, wee little Caesar. I am. Here he comes. Oh, a little bit of a let off there. Is he going to get a nice slide up the inside? He's setting it up, but he's not going to do it. Not going to lie, COD Chaos at the moment. If we had driver of the day for these events, I think COD Chaos would get it. It's Takeshi now, trying to show that MX-5s can go off-road, but this is not the place to do it. As 35 of you are still in on this stream, I just want to say, first of all, thank you very much, and hello. Green, why are you watching the stream? You're meant to be racing. Get back to racing, please. I can also see there is a Koenigsegg. Hello, good sir. How are you? Just scrolling through who's in, who's not. There is a Garmite. Garmite, are you racing in this one? It'd be lovely to see if you are. The VR boys, Geekin, Ted, Skiddy. Oh, hello, Skiddy. Avocado and Touche. Matty Clem. Takashi, you're meant to be racing as well. Get out of the stream. God, these people racing and watching a stream. How dare they? He made me race. you mean that you got forced to do a race? That's atrocious. Oh, there's a bit of contact going on there. A wee bit of bumpers being thrown about there. I was just checking in. Green is starting to catch Cavatro. Backer though, in a world of his own. Absolutely flying. Lucas slowly pulling away for Dwarf, but not a lot. Meanwhile, COD's going to get Takashi, sorry, on the straight. Oh, and Cavatro comes steaming in between them both. Tries to cut the inside of COD Chaos, can't get it done all in one, and Green is actually starting to hunt him down. And Takashi now is dropping back a tiny bit. We're going to ride on board with Green to watch him take on Cavatro, but I will keep on the minimap the GT5s just for when they start attacking each other. Now the question is this a tyre offset or is this just raw pace? is the USS Red and Black about to attack the noodle car. Yes, he is. Oh my God, that's a hell of a run from the Camaro. A little bit of a touch there on the back of the Lotus. The Camaro seems to actually be outdoing the Lotus in handling, and that's a little bit worrying as Green is eyeing him up. Camaro on softs. Ah. That'd be why. As they're coming up on the stricken VER car. Yeah. That Camaro does not look planted on the entry of the bank, I will admit. Everything else, it's scarily quick. Takeshi's dropped back a little bit from Cold Chaos now. Is this going to be a move? Yes, it's going to be a move. Launches that Camaro down the inside. Can Quattro come back at all? No, he cannot. And it's the USS ESV flying away from Quattro. And Spark gets out the way of Green, but not of Quattro. Quattro says, "Hey, move it," and gives him a shunt. Now the question is this going to be enough of a tyre offset for Green to catch Batka? The USSR Green. Well, no, it's the USS, isn't it? Because it's an American. So. We don't have no USSR here, sir. As we see Green now lapping the LMP GR86. Amoeba seems to have dropped quite a bit away as well from Larry. Must have got into it with someone. Lucas still about the same distance away from Sea Dwarf. Takeshi's dropped back a little bit. I think COD has been released now. Everyone else has things to release like the Kraken. JSR, they have COD. Second scariest thing known to man on a Forza server. Apart from when you see that Chris fella who used to be a admin of Forza Motorsport. If you saw him in the server, you were dead. Anyway, moving on from that. Looks like he is catching as well. Green's starting to rein in back up. Very, very good. Got that noise. As we're going to have our little walkthrough now as we are entering, I believe, the hour mark. So your leader of the GT4 class, we're going to do this instead, is going to be F1R backer for Friends First Racing. Quite a dominant display at the moment. Second is going to be ESV Green for obviously the ESV Motorsport Chevrolet Camaro, with P3 going the way of NDL and Porker Quattro. Also, no, the top three are all different cars: a Merc, a Chevy, and a Lotus. Sirif is P4 for TNR, with P5 going the way of Bryker, with OSM taking P6, and Pop coming in P7 for F1R. P8 for TBR, Pixelated Rose, and P9 is going to be for Hillbilly in the EXR entry. Stint 3 racing. P10, rounding out the top of the GT4s, is going to be Joe in the Aston Martin. The only Aston Martin in the top split. And he's currently slightly holding up Batka. With Flam in P11 in the Pride of Brazil. P12 going the way of Windows. P13 going in the way of VR Spark. Unfortunately, after an early entrance into the wall at high speed, he's a little bit away from the next person. Your leader of GT5 after a very long fight and also touching the concrete barrier there is JSR COD Chaos, followed by Takeshi in P2, Not too far behind him though. The comeback is coming. This is like a very bad action film. There's a load of comebacks. P3 and GT5 goes the way of Pendulum Tuning Garage and PTG Lucas. Taken over from the Sovereign racing car of S3-4. In P5 it's going to be Stock Ash in the GT5. In the other NDL entry in the top split. In the Alfa Romeo 4C. Then we got the next TNR entry of Larry B. Followed by the LMP entry of Amoeba. Some issues had by the last three. No idea why Stock Ash is down that far, but he just seems to be having his own race at the moment. And Lucas is a little bit away now from the GT5s. We're going to keep an eye on these because they have a tendency of racing and trying to beat the hell out of each other. Green was catching back curb, but he's not doing a lot at the moment. Somebody sent me a message. I need to read that in a second. Let's ride on board with the F1R car. Yes, that Alfa Romeo does have not a lot of power. I don't think it's got enough power to get out of its own way. Seems to be at the moment it is Honda Spec Cup for the GT5s, followed by Lucas in that Toyota. Oh, there's some bits going on, and Green cycles through to the top. Oh, Takashi gets a little bit sideways here. Kvatra is still P2, a little distance off of Green, but I don't know whether Green will have to pit again. I'm not that great on tyre strategies. But Batka has pitted, and he's actually not too far behind Kvatra. So if Kvatra's got to stay out, he's going to have to fight hard. Ah, so it's 4 mandatory stops. So yes, so Kvatra and Green have to stop once more. Sure enough, the GT5s are coming in. So the question remains, what is Batka on now? Because if he's been on mediums... No, I didn't read the briefing. I literally knew I was streaming yesterday night. And by that time I was asleep. And the question is Batka going to be on mediums or softs for this one? And what has he been on the entirety of the race? If he's been on mediums the entirety of the race and he's down softs, God help everybody. Yes, that's correct, 10 minutes. As Lucas extends again. Oh, green. Green, 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 green. Scared a lot of the S3 members just then. There's the F1R MX-5. Trying to be a menace again. So back has been running softs. That's scary. So the question is, can Green pull out a gap on his running at the moment to try and outdo him as Kokoda shoves him into the wall? Let's have a look and see. Oh look, points of interest. Let's rather shit. As he's still stuck behind Kodas there. Kodas really held him up. It's actually quite a scenic camera. There's still a gap between them. Right, Green comes in now. Now the question is... Well, there is no question. Backer's going to get past him. Sure enough, straight through. There's Cavatro going to get Green. I don't think he will. It's Lucas. Lucas and Dwarf might be on it again. Let's have a look, because... Yes, he is. Dwarf is going to outdo him. Oh, okay, I've only got those two. That's a sick camera. That is a menacing shot right there. Right, enough cocking around. Takeshi's still a little distance away from COD Chaos now. COD Chaos is doing a fantastic job, I will admit. Backer is also doing a fantastic job. The question is Green going to be able to make up that gap? I don't think he will. As much as I love Green, I think Backer has got this sewn up. Looks like everyone is all in the world of their own at the moment. I mean, Joe has jumped up the leaderboard, but he's got to pit again. Tyre wear set to 2 times, sir. So Lucas is now on the back foot against Dwarf, but he's on slightly fresher tyres in slightly nimbler of a car. That little 1-2-4 bath seeming to be a little bit of a nightmare on the brake turn-ins. GR86 does seem to be rather planted. As we see Rose flying down the inside. This is going to initially help Lucas a bit, but it then goes to Dwarf. Cog Chaos now is stretching his legs away from Takeshi. And Green getting a healthy gap away from Cavacho. Another one to keep an eye on, because Cavacho does seem to be a little bit more nimbler. I'm going to keep an eye on it, because they're both going to be on the same tyres. Sirif seems to be getting the better of his teammate as well. A little bit of grass being kicked up there as well. Might do while it's like this. I'm going to very quickly see if I can do anything. Okay, that is the best that I can put it out on. I was just having a look because watching the back of my phone, stream does look horrific. However, I can't output it any higher. Oh, that'll be why it's on Auto. Oh dear. Yeah, but that looks a lot better. As Lucas now does not seem to be getting away from Dwarf. Riker, meanwhile, flying over the curb to get past Lucas. Takeshi's gained a little bit of ground back on Chaos, but that's it, really. And Amoeba is still stuck in between the two of them. Got 2 minutes until the race timer as well for the pit stops. Now, the question is well, I think Joe's going to get back round to it. I think Joe is the only car now who hasn't had his last pit. And Cavacho is catching Green. This is going to be exciting to watch for the last bit of the race. Joe is certainly in the pits. Everyone's had their mandatory stops now. Technically, no more pits, unless someone absolutely balls it up and hits a barrier. Going to ride on board with Cavacho now. As he's slowly starting to gain on the ESV car. It's going to be 10 minutes now until they final stop. Oh, sorry, they stop for the final bit. And that is it. So this is an all-out sprint and lap dash now. And Cavacho is absolutely throwing it over the curbs. Touching and brushing the barrier there. But he is throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, to try and get Green. And I think he's going to. That Lotus does seem to have come alive again. And yeah, he is against the Chevy that's spitting fire. But he seems to be doing a good job. As meanwhile, it looks like Lucas is about to catch Green. Lucas is about to catch Dwarf. Very, very much so. He is right within touching distance now. And they're also being hounded by the GT4 of Rose. A little bit of a nudge there. And Lucas is going to get a fantastic run. Has Dwarf got some damage or something, I wonder? Because that came about rather quickly. No, he hasn't. Lucas with an absolute steamer of a lap there. And he's going to try and come back. He's got a fair bit of slipstream. Is he going to throw it around in the first two corners? I'm really slow in my words, and I don't know why. He's not going to make any moves. I think Lucas is clear, although Dwarf is pulling time out of him. Looks as well like Amoeba has finally gotten out of the mix of Takeshi and Cod Chaos. Jesus Christ, I need to stop saying that. So now it's going to be a straight dogfight between them. Cavatro is not any closer to Green at the moment. It's a case of who blinks first. Batka is just in an absolute world of his own. As it's Sovereign Racing versus PTG at the moment. "40 people watching." Not that long to go either. Dwarf seems to be on an absolute mission as well on this one. As Batka now coming up behind them to lap them once more. Oh, and into the barrier for Batka as well. Trying hard. I don't know why, because he's miles ahead. This Dwarf now starting to throw everything at Lucas, but I think Lucas is going to get the measure of the little Abath. Cavatro now dropping off of Green ever so slightly. Let's have a look at the top from GT5. It looks like it's Cod Chaos all the way. As Dwarf now is on the inside of Lucas. He's pulling alongside. But that GR86 just seems to have the legs. As he's in the stream now, is Dwarf going to pull something off into turn 1, turn 2? Is there going to be a dive? No, there isn't. But this 1-2-4 seems phenomenal round this first part of the lap. Both drivers attacking that inside curb. But it seems the GR86 is standing steadfast. And it also seems, very quickly I'm just having a look, like Amoeba is now attacking COD Chaos. Wait, no, Takeshi has got past COD Chaos. When did this happen? Takeshi's past COD Chaos. And in fact, COD Chaos is now behind Amoeba. Oh, sorry, Amoeba's now trying to attack him. Is there any damage? No, there's no damage. Although Takeshi's tyres are starting to die, but it's not going to be a lot. We certainly can. Well, there's not really much to it, actually. They're not even fighting. Green's pulled a gap on him. COD Chaos is dropped back severely. As we see Lucas now still trying to keep Dwarf. 3 minutes to go. And these two are going to fight to the end. Oh, someone's in the barrier. Who's in the barrier? Who's in the barrier? It's Amoeba. He's clouted the barrier. But he's got away with the damage. And Kokodos is trying to mount... Oh, sorry, COD Chaos is trying to mount a comeback again on Takeshi. Or Takashi, sorry. But it's not going to happen in the time, I don't think. That could have been bad if Amoeba was in between these two. Big slide from COD Chaos then. Green still has the measure on Kvatro at the moment. Quickly go through, but there is Kvatro and there is Green. I don't think he's going to get him. I do apologise to everyone though, but yeah, Takashi, sorry, has got ahead of COD Chaos. And he is trying, but I don't think he's going to get back. As Dwarf is stuck to the back of Lucas. As the GT4 is now entering in between the mix, there's some dust being kicked up too. Slowly catching Green, but I don't think he's going to do it in enough time. In fact, there is Green. And there is Kvatro. Kvatro is starting to come back onto him, but there is a minute left of this. I don't think he's going to get him. COD Chaos is starting to come back now on Takashi, but I don't think he's going to do anything. Oh, and there's a hip check there from Kvatro on Dwarf. Let's have a look at the tyres on COD Chaos. Oh my lordy, 62% on the tyres. That's a little bit of a worry. What's Green on? %67%. Oh lord. There's Lucas. Kvatro seems to not like the GT5s. There's 10 seconds till they all stop. Oh, Kvatro. That looked like utter chaos. Right. Here is your rundown of the finishing order now. stint number 3 or 4, whichever one this is. I think it's number 4. So, your first position by a long, long distance is F1R Batka. Fantastic running from the drivers at Friends First Racing. ESV takes P2 with Green. P3 going the way of Cavatro, not too distant from each other. P4 is going to go the way of Sirif. TNR cars taking 4th and 5th. There is Bryker in 5th, a long way away. Pop takes P6 and the tyres. Okay. Pixelated Rose takes P7 with Bobby in P8. The two of these very close to each other. Hillbilly takes P9 and top 10 is going to go the way of HYR Stokey Joe with P11 going the way of Windows Please, EB12, EBT Flam in P12. Spark brings up the rear of GT4 in P13. Unlucky for the VER car. Your winner of GT5 is Takashi, just ahead of COD Chaos there from JSR. COD Chaos had so many comebacks there, it was like a horrific rendition of the Expendables film. Lucas, Bryker went. Lucas takes P3, a podium finish for the Pendulum Man in GT5. Hard fought and hard pressed by Sea Dwarf, which is hiding behind a barrier. In the Sovereign, Sovereign Abath. Stock Ash takes P5 for NDL with Larry B, P6 for TNR. And Amoeba bringing up the back of the GT4 grid. Sorry, the GT5 grid in the LMP GR86 with a DNF from Kiwi Melon. Exciting racing from all. Let's jump into the next round. Also, the next one, which is hosted by this man. Oh, honestly, it's going to be... You say it's going to be cinema. It's going to be a UFC fight. Like, you know, at the end of the Khabib versus McGregor fight, it's going to be like that. It's just going to be carnage everywhere. I don't even know who's in the car for us lot either. Shows how well I pay attention to everything. Beard, Cam, and Tyres, Stint 4. Beard, I'm going to make sure that I hound you as much as I can on stream. I'm going to follow that EXR car. I'm going to watch every time you hit the barrier. I'm joking. I'm gonna watch everyone. Ah, Neb is in the car. So we have a Fluffball, a Beard, a GJ, and a Bobberts. Make sure you get every... I'm going to file an SI for every single cut you make. No. That's so wrong. The main thing we've got to look at is if this man can make it without choking. That's the wrong person. This man can make it without choking. This man can make it without choking. People stop joining. Ah, COD. Oh, COD's back in the win. Oh no. Oh no. We've also got HYR Mackay as well. I will give HYR credit though. They're the only Aston Martin I've seen in the A-Lobby split, and they're not exactly doing the worst. Granted, they're not in the top, you know, 3 or 4. But they're in the top split with that car. Who is Fluffball driving for? That is actually such a good name. Into oncoming traffic. In real life or game? And once again, 40 people. I was going to say, in the game. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, in the game, I hope. Yeah, we're going to put Serious Head on. In the game, yes. Meme to top the Daytonas meme. Oh, Lord. We do not need any more of the Daytona. No, please. And I'm not saying his name. But you can certainly keep on dreaming. Don't tempt me. Hello, Rand. How are you, sir? Oh, Skiddy joins. Skiddy's in this stint. Hello, sir. I am not doing a her, yeah. Now, my main question is, are they still in here? So, Green and Takashi, how did both of your races go? I see Garmite is still floating. I should actually have a look at my followers list, because I don't know who's actually followed me or not. Because if new people have, I do apologise. Let's have a look. Do. Now I have 164 followers. Lovely. Who made a clip of that last stream and said, "Whoa there, mate"? Good God. Of course it's Joel. Stream manager. There we go. Let's have a look. Auto mod queue. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I just want to say a massive thank you to Pleasable, Kevin077, VR Razor, VR Worthy, Just a Guy in his Grom, hello Coden, Ted Davis, EXR Beard, TNR, Des, hello! That's a name I haven't seen in a while. And Mr. Michaels for the follow. I would put out something of how it helps this and all that and can buy stuff, but realistically it won't do anything. So, but thank you for following me, it makes me feel fantastic. And I've just seen that a Des is alive. I miss my Des. Well, this thing, I don't think I'm going to be growing much in the way of streaming, because I haven't really got huge amounts of time to dedicate to streaming in games. Like, I haven't got the drive really to race much. Because, let's be honest, I've gotten slower. There is that. But also the fact of the game is just... Nah. Nah. That's about it. It's just... Nah. I don't really like the game much now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am going to be going on to iRacing and things once I have a PC. When I have got the PC, magic, I'm going to be doing things properly. Because I'm going to do Le Mans Ultimate, I'm going to do iRacing, I'm going to do Project Motorsport, I'm going to have fun with myself and the game. That sounds horrifically wrong. But I'm going to have fun with stuff. But like at the moment, Call of Duty I do ranked on ranked research because that's it. Multiplayer is boring. You know, no one plays. It's meh. SnowRunner I'm playing, which I might stream. If people want to see me completely and utterly cock up off-roading in trucks and do questionable decisions, including picking up a Hummer with a crane and towing that back rather than actually towing said vehicle, just lifting it up like you're my friend now. That's about it, really. Yeah, Razor, that, believe me, I know about that. I did used to do iRacing a fair long time ago now. That's one of the reasons I kind of gave up, was I just didn't have the patience. But I might come back to it. Funnily enough, you say about you doing NASCAR. Nate Stewart, one of my old friends from Forza on here, actually does it competitively. But yeah, there's a fair amount of other games that are coming that I will go with, you know, as we go through. Oh, back has joined. Oh God, everyone, run. GT4, you're screwed. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really an oval merchant, but I did used to like it. You know, I did used to love doing ovals and things. When I played, I used to love the MX-5s and I loved some of the GT3s. That was about it, really. While we're on the in-between, I'm just going to make sure that my hose covering for the air conditioning, which needs to go on because it's rather swampy, is still on. Yes, it is. My Georgie steering hates ovals. Well, iRacing on the wheel is a lot nicer, a hell of a lot good to, you know, to run with. And depending on how much you spend on the wheel, it also depends on how much better you're also going to be as well. Because I used to play it on an old Logitech. In fact, I've still got said Logitech in the corner of my room, which is currently being guarded by Clive the ginormous Stegosaurus. Don't ask why. But I know people who've spent money on Fanatec. I know people who've spent money on other things like sim cubes. And the more you spend, you do get a bit better. But then, overall, the main thing is you can put all these switches and knobs on your steering wheels. You can put all these things on there. The only main consistent thing is the knob behind the steering wheel. That is the only thing. And if you haven't really got the drive to attack things, there's no point playing iRacing. That's the thing. But that's for another day. Right, before it all starts, I'm going to very quickly A, grab a drink, B, do human things, and also empty the bucket for my air conditioning so it doesn't overflow while I'm racing, and then you have to listen to that. I'll be back in all of 5 minutes. Oh, one is back with drinks and legal drugs. So, as a pre-warning for this, if I am struggling to pronounce names and are slightly slow, please bear with me. Pain medication is fun. But one thing we are going to do is we're going to crack open a cold one with Chungus again. But you got to guess what drink this is. A pink monster. Joel, it's 9 o'clock at night. Why have I just seen Cosmic join? Is Cosmic racing in this? If so, I feel really scared for that class now. And I'd be asleep like 24 bloody hours. Who tagged me in the Discord? Alright, go back on now. Depends on the... What have I missed? I've literally just been answering Discord messages. What have I missed? For black... Oh, lovely, okay. Avocado, is that for... the thingy? The GT4? Or am I being an idiot? It is the GT4, okay. Lipton Peach Iced Tea. 3 scoops of Pre and a white monster. No! The pro multiplayer will be basic as putting slice of cheese on the sandwich. Oh dear Jesus. Okay, why... Hold on. How come we've gone from it being... Okay, it's as easy as putting cheese on a sandwich to why are you all now dictating what type of cheese? Does it make any difference? It's a bit of cheese and a bit of bread. And also, Razor, go away with the American cheese. It's got to be some nice cheddar. And there's another one which I've forgotten of. Leerdam, do it. That stuff. Beautiful. GT4, cool. Thank you very much, Avocado. Now, don't get wrong. I want to see Cosmic do very well, because he has a record of hounding every single ESV member in every single event he runs. However, he's also scary, because there's a chance he might kill people. Although he's going to Bobberts, there's going to be quite a good little scrap. Mozzarella sticks. No, we don't need... Right, for the record, I've already had Chinese for dinner. So, if you was thinking about having a takeaway, this is your sign to have a takeaway. And if anyone has a go at you for having a takeaway, say that I told you, because I overrule everyone. Kidding, I'm not that far up my own arse. Right, let's have a look through and see who is racing. Yes, Cosmic did murder you in TTCR. So we've got obviously Beard in the EXR machine, with Skiddy jumping in, Insane taking over the Pride of Brazil, Bryker continuing on, Worthy coming in for the VR machine, Fluffball, I think for the Friends First one? I don't know, I can't see. Gigi, again, I can't remember what car you're going to be in on this, I'm terribly sorry, I can't see anything. Vituzio in, obviously, the TBR car. Batka, who is going to lap everybody. Thomas in the OSM. And then Bobbitt's in the ESV. Trainers getting mad at too much takeout. Joel, I have a takeout every other day. Like, I've gotten to the point where I don't go to the gym anymore because I'm ill. So, fuck it, I eat. And I eat well. Well, I have found eating McDonald's isn't as bad as you think. Because it does just literally burn. It's like it's soaked in petrol. Well, I should know who everyone is in, but yeah. And Green, yes, you looked, with all due respect, I know you didn't, you know, be up there all the more, but you were hustling that Camaro. Oh, they're all backing out because I think they've done something. Yes, they have. Ooh, that Zephyrus car looks really nice. So, as we continue around, obviously Mackay takes over the Vantage. Cosmic takes over the GT4. Stock Ash continues in the Alfa Romeo. Toaster Lord takes over from Sea Dwarf in the Arbath. With Vida taking over the ZR... Right, I don't want to pronounce that wrong. Is it Vidalino? I hope it's Vidalino. I'm going to call you Vida. Vida takes over the ZR entry. Legrect takes over the F1R entry. With Larry taking over the TNR GT5. COD stays on in JSR. Juicebox takes over the LMP entry. Now that's also quite good. Vidalino. Vindaloo. No, I don't want to say Vindaloo and it'd be wrong. And obviously Neb takes over from Lord Lucas in the PTG car. We're going to call him Vida for the time being, because I don't want to cause any offence. I don't want to absolutely obliterate someone's name. I'm not going to lie, the fact that he is on a wheel, I do give some mad respect on that. Because, like, I have seen people race with wheels, but I've never seen people up that much in an event. But yeah, that is phenomenal. $4 AM? Wow. That man definitely has had a pink and a white monster. Backers from Hong Kong. Fair enough. Wait. Andrew, are you backer? Oh, Clips, hello. I was about to say, I was like, hold on a second. You should change it back to Eclipse, because now I know it's you. This is going to be a rather stacked race, I'm not going to lie. Both GT4 and GT5 is just madness. I don't know, because when I did Le Mans, I didn't really like the night stints. Like, I really didn't find them that great. 510 feet. Whoa. What's the thing? Don't get me wrong, I've seen leg wrecked about, but compared to COD, I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything. I'm hoping he proves me wrong and is going to be an absolute menace to COD. But we will find out. Well, yeah, but Joel, you go up and down like the weather, so... Hello, Micro! How are you, sir? In fact, we're going to stick on this camera. And here we go, straight off the mark. And Bakker is already being hounded by Bobbert straight away. The Amira is being hounded, in fact has been hounded by Bryker. Bryker into P3, alarmingly quick. Oh god, don't want that one, we want that one. And in fact, Cosmic has been dropped massively. The two TNR cars now coming up to start mugging the ESV car. Cosmic's currently the cork in the bottle. Let's quickly have a look at GT5. And Legrecht is proving me wrong. He is leading over Kokodas. COD Chaos. I will stop saying that, I promise. Larry has certainly woken up and is ahead of Ash. Currently for 3 and 4. With Neb just behind. We're going to ride back on board at the top as Bakker has just gone. Bakker has gone already. As Bryker now coming up on the ESV car. Just watching behind for any death. I don't see any death, I just see people going everywhere. As Vituzio taking P5. And Bryker's past Bobbert. Backgo. He is Backgo. He needs to change his name, honestly. I'm just going to call him Pod from now on. Oh, everyone get a little bit sideways there in the night time. Everyone just touching that concrete. As we see the two Mercs trying to get a move on to catch Bakker. Bobbert's now dropped 2 positions, still ahead of the rest though. But this could be a tyre game. Yeah, JSR cotton chips, it certainly is. As we can see Vituzio being hounded by Cosmic. Oh, a little bit of a rough transition there. And it looks like Legrecht has either had an issue or has been shuffled. No damage, but he's been shuffled down the order now. So Stock Ash is now into P2 at GT5. But I don't think it's going to remain for that long, as the MX5 Spec Cup is certainly a thing, as Larry and Ash are both on the way. And Legrecht is straight through. Can Ash, Larry going very wide there, or a little bit of a shunt going on. Can you guys stop talking about takeaways? You're going to enable Joel. We're going to keep an eye on these. Let's have a little look through. Let's see how Cosmic's doing. looks to be hounded by the one, the only, the Beard. And he's very sideways going in. And sure enough, Beard is through. A little bit of a curb hop for Cosmic. Marquez is coming up to go straight past him. I think that Aston Martin's going to make it. Again, a question of who's on what tyres. Oh, that's an almighty hit into the wall there from Beard. And sure enough, Marquez is going to come straight through for P6. Cosmic as well for P7. As we see Gigi there with the LES car. Whoa! If I remember, now, only the British don't get this, but quote unquote, here comes the wall. Mark A. I'm going to call him Mark, because he's got Mac K. Oh, Cosmic! Cosmic's dead. Is he going to collect anyone else? Oh, the skin of his teeth, he doesn't. The skin of his teeth. Did he get any damage on him? No, he didn't. Hello, Pop. How are you, sir? Oh, Cosmic is not having fun with that thing. Don't think the nighttime agrees with that Lotus. Unfortunate for the NDL car. As we see Gigi now and Thomas catching up to Beard. Oh! Oh! Bobbitts is in the wall! Bobbitts has hit the wall! And he is absolutely screwed! Oh fuck indeed, Green! Bobbitts has hit the wall. The question is, was he helped? I don't think he was helped. I think that was a transition. Very unfortunate. Although Vertuzio has also got into the pit. Makes me wonder if he collected him. Let's have a look though. As JSR Cotton Chips still leading in GT5 though. Stockash is in P3 still as well. Incredible comeback. Where one NDL fails, another comes up. Yeah, it's not the worst. I think it's going to be a case of changing the tyre strategy on there. Rather unlucky, unfortunately, but that is the way Forza goes. No one is immune to incidents like this. And meanwhile, Mr. K is in P4, although he is being hunted by Beard. I like that. I look in the chat, first thing I see from Green is a clip Bobbitt's death. Beard getting a little bit sideways, now AMG. Also a fun fact, especially for Joe, the company on there, PPG, that you got as a sponsor, I delivered to them quite a lot actually. In fact, I had half of an Arctic going to them the other day. Just a fun fact. As we can see, the AMG GT4 spec class are currently trying to catch up to Advantage. Backer is edging away now from Bryker. Skiddy a little bit away and certainly living up to his name there. As we see Thomas and GJ trying to get past Beard. Yeah, the Camaro took the Mustang's thing of sauerkraut and tried to eat it. VR Worthy up to P8. Making up for Sparks' slight mishap on the last hit. Fluffball and P10 for the F1R car. Again, very, very well. It's just the troubled Cosmic for 2-0 at the back. GT5! Right, we are not doing the skibbity stuff. No. COD is still leading from leg wrecked, but leg wrecked isn't going anywhere. One to watch as we go through. Stock Ash again. Lurking as you see leg wrecked getting absolutely everywhere there. Neb also in the hunt going on. Larry's dropped back a little bit. He's certainly hunting down Neb, but he has dropped back a considerable amount. And I'm seeing an alarming amount of GT4s going through by that wall. I think there's going to be death at some point. Fantastic racing going on there, I will admit. Coast Lord, a little bit further back. Very, 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 very sideways. With Vida and Juice bringing up the back, and obviously the damaged Bobberts. Red Mist is going to be upon him. Very, very much upon him. Coastal. Joe, stop it. We're going to ride on board with the GT4 field at the moment. As Beard now overtaken by Gigi, who's trying to hunt down Mr. K. And in fact, Beard's getting a little bit touchy. Worthy and Thomas are a little way behind. Gigi shotgun down those gears. Oh, sorry, machine gun down the gears. Now, if Beard is on mediums, he's doing a fantastic job. If he's on softs, he's having a little bit of a mare. Everyone's now starting to space out a little bit as well. In fact, we're going to ride on board with Mr. Beard because he's actually in the mix. I know we were joking about me following him at every point, but he's actually in the mix of the fight here. So, as we're also on the Ted, you're going to get a mute for that. As we can see here, Beard was entering the slip zone. Who pinned that? Of course you did. Let's just tell I'm in charge of the chat. Oh, a little bit of sidewaysness going on there from Beard. I think it's only going to be a matter of time before someone does end up clouting that wall full on. But Beard is making his way through on GJ though. Fantastic amount of, well, hard work to get past him. Look on the old map and see what's going on. As COD is getting away from leg wrecked. Roberts is on his way through to clear the GT5 field. Larry's dropped back quite a bit on Ash. Neb is on the back of him though. No, Neb is not on the back of him. Neb is on him. Are they going to go too wide into the first corner? I think they are. Who blinks? I think Neb did that. A little bit wide. Is he going to get the attack back? There's only one man who can disrupt the MX-5 Spec Cup. And it's Neb. Actually, Neb's doing a fantastic job at the moment. looks like back was a nice amount. Oh, there it is. Oh, Larry and Backer. And it looks like the TNR cars are about to start scrapping as well. They're slowly being caught by the HYR car as well. We're going to go back to the Beard section because Gige's ramping up the pressure on Beard. Thomas is lurking in the wings. .6:30 AM. Joel, you need Jesus. But you need more than Jesus. You need gun Jesus! As Thomas, nearly brown pants moment number one. Transition with that AMG. Very, very nearly wrote him off. He was in the pits. So, Mark A is in the pits now. The question is, was it for damage? Or is this strategy? Riker takes over the TNR battle. Yeah, and breathe. I mean, still though, racing until 4 in the morning. I've been there, I've done that, but you need Jesus. As Gige has got through on Beard. Just coming up on the back of 2 GT5s, having a bit of a fight there. As we're back on board with Beard Cam. Fluffball has had a crash, yes. I wonder if... Oh! Big crash. Doing the right thing though. He's letting people get through, he's taking his ways around the track. Checking out the grid at the moment. Toaster versus Vida still. Now where is... There's Bobberts. A little bit way behind Vituzio. Yeah, Fluffball certainly did fluff it actually. Alright, let's go back on Beard Cam. Oh, God. And Beard Cam shows him assaulting a GT5. Both trying to get past Larry. Larry, the poor sod, is probably scared because there's 2 German warships flying past him. And also hitting the barrier. Unfortunately, Razor, that's a clipping instance, what that is. But yes. It's just the main thing. Well, let's go back onto him. Oh my Jesus! Something's happened as well in the top 2 because Riker has really got away from Skiddy. Skiddy leaving some skid marks everywhere. For God's sake, Billy. So Worthy's about to start getting stuck in against Thomas. Cosmic's starting to make a comeback. Though he's out the slipstream, so he's a little bit screwed. And McKay's dropped back a little bit more than I expect. I think something might have happened between him and Fluff. Not Fluff, yeah, him and Fluff. Bobberts and Vituzio on their way up behind him as well. As we see further ahead, GT4s navigating the GT5s. Pod started to get away now from leg wrecks. A little bit of a distance between them. Ash is keeping a healthy margin as we come on to Worthy, giving him a little nudge. And Worthy just goes flying wide there. Being very much held back by the GT5s. There certainly is. The GT... Well, this is the thing. The GT5s in this have way too much grip. It's also the only way that Alpha 4C would actually keep up with AMG in life. But anyway, they've certainly got a gap to Larry and Neb, of which Neb is trying to get back through. This PTG entry is literally the Lucas and Neb show. Quite proud of these two because I've had nothing to do with any of this, and Neb has organised most of it. "32 people watching, as both of those going for the pits. In fact, everyone's gone to the pits, apart from Thomas. Thomas has stayed out. So is Worthy. So the question is, are they softs just extending, or are they on the mediums? Let's go on to Beard Cam. He can't kill anything at the moment. Hello, Colin. How are you, sir? And sure enough, GJ has got a little bit of a gap now over Beard. Tuzio. Bobbitt's are starting to... Well, Bobbitt's isn't catching. Has Bobbitt's had another incident? Because he is far, far back. No, it's not. His tyres are hammered, though. Tuzio's a little bit far back, but he is catching. Oh, Bobbitt's. That thing braking doesn't look fun. As Stock Ash has took over. Oh, right, so Ash has got damage. I think. No, he's barely got enough fuel. Is he going to run out of fuel and tyres on the way in? He's just going to make it. Now, is this going to be an elite play for the podium, or is this going to be just a chancer? I think it's going to be a chance run, but it's fantastic. To answer your question, Colin, in A lobby, Mr. Neb is there. Fifth in class, not too bad. Legrect is trying to catch up to Cod. He's not doing much. Cod is certainly keeping him at arm's length. Let's go back onto Beard Cam. See GJ getting incredibly sideways there. It's a possibility, young Caesar. I might do, I'm not sure. Don't start playing psychological games, please, in my chat. It's not psychological warfare. The only time the back will be down the grid is where it's had a pit stop. And even then, it's still monstering along. Beard letting off there into the first corner as they both come across Thomas, who's had his pit stop. So it must have been extending the softs there. Only by a few laps, but it's an extension. Oh, it's GJ and Beard turning into Formula Drift there. We're going to come off Beard Cam as meanwhile we have Neb and Larry catching up to Ash. Yep, the VER car is leading. Oh, and Larry's going and making sandcastles. Thank you for playing, sir, but you are out of this one. As it's Neb versus Ash now for the P3 spot. A little distance away now for the P1, P2. Legrek does seem to be starting to catch cod now. Oh god, no, we don't want that. Let's have a look further up the field. Beard and Gige still fighting. Let me quickly check for you if Gige has engine damage. I don't think he does. He does. Oh, he went for 4.2, but it's not. It's one. No. Okay, apparently he does, apparently he doesn't. According to this 0, but it just said 4% just then. Because this game is built from the ground sideways. As we're watching the LES car being absolutely hounded by the EXR car. Self-repair tech. What it is you've let a midget loose in your engine bay with some duct tape. That's what it is. We all know your tricks, don't worry. It's GJ trying to fend off from the ever-present and ever-building threat of Beard as they're trying to catch McKay in front, which I think they're doing on tyres alone. I just wonder if he's doing medium stops. I'm gonna have a part, but I do apologise. Don't forget the zip ties. No, you run the zip ties, Lonnie. They've got an advanced technician in, you know, duct tape fuckery, as I call them. As Beard is trying to get past Gige. Gige is not letting up. Oh, yes he is, as he outbrakes himself. And Beard just comes steaming through, clapping his hands and rubbing them together. And now the tables have turned, the hunted has become the hunter. As Beard, nearly boy. And GJ's going to come back through, but Beard is going to say no on the outside. And Thomas is getting in the mix here of the GT4 Mercedes-Benz Spec Cup. As all three of them go sideways as well. Good God. And Thomas looks up the inside. There's a bit of contact, a bit of sliding. GJ is going to come out ahead. Oh, Bobbert. Don't say you've retired. Yeah, you're in the pits, okay. Bob, what can I say, mate? It's Forza. I guarantee it wasn't a skill issue. It was probably the game going, no, I'm going to give you more suspension there. Such a... If it was a skill issue, well, skill issue. Sucks to be you. As Gige now relents to Thomas. And to Beard. Beard has actually shot up the track now. They have released the bearded one. And I hope that Gige likes Pokemon because he's going to be staring at that Pikachu. No, he's not. As he goes sideways. Loses it on the curb. Into the sand. And upwards he goes. And someone's lagged. Who's gone? It's Vida. Vidaloo has gone. Or Vidalin. Whatever his name is, has gone. ZR continuing their record of DNFing at the wrong time. As Gige now trying to recover himself, recoup and get forward, but the realistic thing is he's got to push hard. As Beard now coming up on Mark A. HYR fending off the EXR car. And don't get me wrong, my credit to Beard. I don't know, Ducky. My credit to Beard. As much as we were taking the mickey out of him and everything before and all having a laugh, he is doing a fantastic job in this. Quick look at the old GT5s. Ash and Neb are still really close to each other. And Legrect is slowly catching. He's there. Meanwhile, the battle for 4th overall is just fantastic, as the OSM car are also entering. Primarily, that OSM car is with, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe with, you know, Chinese and Korean entrants in there, and it's fantastic to see them entering and hitting the ball rolling. This team, since they've started, has done a phenomenal amount of work. It's all three of these all having a scrap. And in fact, Thomas is going to get a fantastic run on Beard. He's going to drop back behind what Noble 2909 is doing these days. Correct me if I'm wrong, that Noble 2909, is that the one that was related to Nafel? If it was, that is... You see Beard now trying to take the lower part. Do it for the non-mercs. As much as I want to, I don't want to. Noble 2909, if that's one I think he is still racing as ECH Noble. Or Noble. Oh, and Thomas with the punt onto Beard. Beard trying desperately to get past Mark Hay. And you know what? It's going to get even worse now, because not only is Thomas there fighting, Gige is coming into the mix. If any one of these top three touch that wall, there is going to be death. Noble 299, I'm not too sure. I thought that was ECH Noble, but yeah, I'm not too sure where he's gone. I will admit, Marquez is doing a fantastic job at keeping these behind. He is certainly earning his keep. Oh, and Thomas with a little bit of a punt there to the back of Beard, as they're going to try and, as Beard's going to attempt to get past him. He's not going to do it. And Thomas is going to try and line up an attack for the first corner. He's going to pull out of it, rather smartly I will admit. He's going to pull out. Oh, and there's a punt there. And McKay's going to keep it. And Thomas is going to slide up onto Beard. And Beard's going to keep ahead of it. We're going to ride on board in the mix with Thomas, as, dear Jesus, this is turning into a UFC fight. We were worried about the GT5s turning into it. No, this has turned into a UFC fight. Beard has been released though, that is the main thing. McKay has dropped back, but I'm sure he's going to fight back forward, and Beard is shooting off though. Yeah, Beard has been shaking. Thomas now trying to get past him. They're both going to dive past Toaster Lord. Gige is going to be the one stuck behind. Oh, Gige touches the curb, sends Toaster Lord flying. That's like being hit by a Mack truck. There's Larry there, also tries to go with Beard. Thomas goes for the dive, he's confident on the brakes. He's going to make it. And McKay has fallen now into P6 overall. GJ is slowly starting to come back up onto them. Although, I do question if GJ has damage, because he was there, then he wasn't there. No damage, but his tyres are shot. Let's have a look. Just double check. GT5s aren't scrapping yet? No. I say they're not scrapping. You've got poor Neb trying to attack Ash. All the while, there's GT4 Mercedes flying everywhere. This is not going to end well, is it? Oh, GJ. Oh, GJ. That's a bit... That is a little bit optimistic there. All the work that Neb just made has been denied. Fluffball's back in the pits. Makes me wonder what else has happened there. So before we enter the pit cycle, let's quickly have a run through of everybody. Your current leader, to no one's surprise, is F1R Backer, doing a fantastic job for the Friends First racing car. TNR Bryker leads the TNR duo in second and third, with Skiddy in P3. A little bit sideways on the grass there. A little bit sideways in general, holy hell. As they come up to lap the stricken Camaro. Beard takes over P4 for the Exodus racing car. And Thomas in P5 for the OSM. HYR Mark A takes over P6 away from GJ in P7 for a very sideways LES entry. Cosmic is currently in P8. He hasn't died again. He's just bringing up the rear. He has got ahead of the VER entry though of Worthy. Still doing a fantastic job. Insane for the Pride of Brazil taking over in P10. And TBR Vertucio in P11 ahead of the stricken Camaro of Bobberts. GT5, to no one's surprise, once again, Jap Speed Racing's MX5 of COD Chaos. Legrect in P2 in GT5, doing a fantastic job for the Friends First entry, but he's not quite doing the same as what his predecessor did. Fluffball, right at the back of the GT4s. Stock Ash takes over the P3 spot in GT5, close followed by the P4 of Neb in the GR86, with Larry B in the third MX5, also run by TNR. Postal Lord takes over behind that as he dives to the pits, and then the last remaining GT5 is the LMP entry of Juicebox. Again, I wonder if he has had an issue on this one, because both of the LMP entries have not done that great on this one. And it's not as if they're slow drivers. Juice and Amoeba are quite fast. Makes me wonder if they've hit issues. Let's see who's having a fight on the track then. There's Bryker, Skiddy there, Beard, still scrapping with Thomas. Do not say he just put wet tyres on. Toaster did not just put wet tyres on. He's put wets on. Oh, for God's sake, Toaster. As Beard, meanwhile, has been overtaken by Thomas. As we go back onto Beard Cam, Beard has an unnatural habit of sniffing the GT4 in front of him at the current moment. Don't know whether that's one of his weird things he does, or it's just a habit. 36 people currently watching at the moment. A lot of you staying with me through both stints, and I thank you all for that. Guess he got a different weather report. Yeah, he's preempting the wet weather. Just having a quick look through the list, seeing who's about. I see Luke Reds lurking. Hello, sir. How are you? Dindu and Touge, both NDL drivers. Hello, how are you, sirs? I can see a Rob lurking as well, geeking as well. Cartana also coming in. Lovely seeing you all. Beard has dropped back from Thomas quite a bit. So Thomas is now on a charge. Question is, what is... There's a fair gap between them. There's a chance he could overhaul Skiddy on pure pace. But it's going to be like at the end of the race he will get it. Oh. No, Beard's bit. I don't want to watch that. Let's have a look at the Neb Ash fight. Toaster got toasted. Blum dush. Yeah, Beard... If Beard is on mediums... No, he must be on softs. No, yeah, he must have been on mediums, because he's only just done his stop now. There's no way he was on mediums and keeping a fight of everyone around him. I think... Oh no, because Mark A I thought was on mediums as well. They must be on softs. They've done fantastic running though. So if Thomas is on the mediums and he has just powered past everyone, that is scary. He's on softs that are slightly dead. Wow. So Thomas has just come steaming past on horrific tyres. There is a very good chance that we could see Thomas coming up to fight for the podium here. As Gige and Vituzio are together, although I think one or the other is going to be pitting soon. Gige's on 12% tyres. I think Vituzio is going to be pitting. Oh, no, he's going to last for a little bit. Stockash stayed out ahead of Cod. I will stop saying that. Still ahead of Leg as well. And the question is, will Neb get ahead of Legrect? Sorry, of Ash. I don't know if he will. So we can see Vituzio versus Gige now. Thomas is still leading. Thomas is not leading. I cursed him. I'm sorry, OSM drivers. There's a little bit of a nudge there from TBR Vituzio. So hang on, what is Cosmic on then? Dead tyres, okay. So Cosmic's just run a long stint. God, that thing sounds so weird. Neb at the moment, little distance away from Ash. Ash is getting a measure of him. Legrect still not able to get up to Cod. I would say we go on to Beard Cam, but there's nothing going on with him. Oh, GJ! GJ spinning! And he's damaged! Did he make contact with someone else there? What did he hit? He must have had contact with someone to go flying down there. There's no way he could have gone up the track into the banking from where he was. Well, that's a bit of a bummer for Gige. He's been doing a fantastic job in that LES car. So, and it looks like Thomas has pitted as well. Yeah, Thomas has pitted now for a second stop. Thomas has come out just ahead of the current stint favourite of Beard. And the question is, how far away is he from Skiddy? He's not that far from Skiddy. He's taking chunks of time out of Skiddy. And in fact, Skiddy's starting to catch up to Bryker as well now. I also like how this is the perfectly cut Screams episode of the stint. Because every single time I go and look at someone on the mini-map, they crash. Not saying I'm the Grim Reaper, think about that. I don't think there's a guy on a beard cam. He is ahead of Cosmic. Ah, Cosmic has just had his pit stop. So these two are now back on the track with each other. Hopefully this time, neither of them decide to scare each other by going into that wall and spinning in front of the other. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when Worthy and Insane pit. Because I think Worthy wasn't that far off of these. As you can see there, Cosmic diving down the inside of Beard. He's going to make a nice nimble approach round, and he's certainly got ahead of him. Both of them hump it over the curb. As they come past the LMP entry, Juicebox trying to stay out of this. Legrect and Cod gap. A distance. They're not... They're still about the same as they was before. Give or take. About half a straight. Neb died. No, it was Neb done. Neb has died. Neb has done the concrete wall. Not good for me, but good for Ash and Larry, as it has been the thorn in their side. As Worthy has come out behind Vituzio. There's a lot going on here. Oh, it's him twitching to tyre barrier. Oh, Neb. Neb continuing his trend of choking when it matters. But we still love him anyway. As... it looks like something's happened between Cosmic and Beard now. In fact, Beard died as well, because he's dropping back. No, he must have just had a moment, because Vituzio is now on him, and Cosmic has got ahead. There has been a lot of death in this race, but think of the bright side. He's still going. He hasn't caused anyone to die yet. By his own hands. And he's having a comeback. A lethal trap. Yeah, the slightly non-lethal option is the lethal option. It's like one of those beanbags they shoot instead of a lethal round. Except someone's probably put, you know, a pressure charge in it. Or laced it with nails. Because everyone seems to manage to be hurting themselves here. And this isn't exactly the most horrific track on the calendar. It's so... He's right on board. Let's have a look. Thomas is being caught now by Cosmic. So the charge of Thomas is being stopped. Vituzio is fighting with Beard. I don't think for much longer, as he's going to have to pit. Let's have a look. Leg is dropped back a bit more on Cod as well. Ash is quite a way back. There's something else. Oh no, that's a standard gap. It's Neb. He's ahead of Toaster Lord. A little bit behind the LMP entry. Probably will get the LMP entry by the end of the race. But that'll be where he sits. Unless people do stupid things. As EBT Insane comes into the pits. Backer still leading by God knows how long. Skiddy's dropped back a tiny bit off of him. He's currently tagging Fluffball along. Thomas is being caught by Cosmic. Cosmic is starting to make a charge, as Vituzio has got past Beard. Two of these are still scrapping. Now this is a bit of a raised question because Vituzio will not be long in this position. But it also makes me wonder... Oh, wrong person. Makes me wonder... Definitely isn't any damage on Beard. It's just Beard being Beard. Okay. It's a bit weird because he was absolutely sending it and hounding everybody. And now he's dropped back behind Vituzio, who's on quite old tyres now. Yeah, 62%. Bit of an odd one. Marquez dropped off the back of Worthy. Worthy's not long behind these. Gige is behind Bobberts now. Fluffball behind them. Legrecht still nowhere closer to Cod, unfortunately. In fact, he's dropped back a little bit more. What tyres Thomas on? I do not. I think he's on softs. I want to say he's on softs, or Beard gets sideways there. Vituzio is just going off the track. For God's sake. Well, I was about to say Vituzio is just hanging on there for dear life, and sure enough, he's just held on a little bit too long. And in fact, if he continues pushing at 100%, he might end up in a barrier. Because those tyres must be screaming for death. Everyone's spaced themselves out, really. Riker and Skiddy, the only two that are really close to each other. Sure enough, Vituzio is on 70% tyres now. Or 67% on the left side. I think he was on... I don't know if he was on mediums on the first run, because he was fucking storming. But I would say he is on... Might be on mediums now, because he is dropping away from Skiddy. He was catching Skiddy before. Let's have a look. Thomas has 31%. 31% on the tyres, 31% on the fuel. Oh, sorry, he's for you, lucky. In fact, Cosmic has dropped off of Thomas a little bit now. Oh, he's wringing the neck of that Mercedes-Benz. Also, Lucky, are you EXR now, or are you CNR still? I don't really pay attention to people moving. Well, I say I don't pay attention. I don't... No, yes is... So you're EXR then? No, it's only because I was sat there like, actually I can't remember which one you were on. Let's have a look. Skiddy is catching Bryker quite a bit. So Cosmic seems to catch, but does seem to drop off of yeah, it seems to catch Thompson and drops off quite a bit. Beard is slowly catching Cosmic. Worthy's just being worthy. Marquez on his own, Insane's on his own, Vituzio's on his own, Gige is on their own, Bobberts is on their own. We're doing well here. Guess what? Fluffball, he's on his own. Cod is still doing his own thing. Legrecht is getting further back now. And Ash is ahead of Larry, who's ahead of Juice, who's ahead of... Where's Neb? Juice, Neb. Neb is catching. And Toaster Lord, unfortunately, is so far back, not even a blue shell would help him at this point. I'm sorry, Toaster, I do love you. You are a fantastic person. But why did you put wets on? Oh, 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 oh! Hello! Skiddy is within touching distance of Riker. The former LES man and the former GPR man together in a team. The question is team orders in effect here, or is it every man for themselves? Who wants the glory of taking a podium? I think with the way Skiddy, while Riker has had the upper hand in the first half of this race, Skiddy is on an absolute monster as he slides around Neb rather well, I will give him that. He's certainly proven up to his name there. Skiddy's certainly doing some skidding. Oh, and he also skidded off the track. No one's out of place at the moment. Thomas has pulled out a big gap on Cosmic, who's pulling out a big gap on Beard. In fact, Worthy is making a comeback onto Beard. And Cod has entered into OP mode and is flying along. Everyone seems to have settled down now into their own little worlds. Just gone past 10 past 10 at night over here. COD equals too fast, very much so. Well, the question is, his name is COD Chaos. Does that mean he plays Call of Duty quite a lot? If so, I'm going to play Call of Duty a lot more, and then I should get better in theory. As Juicebox trying to stay away from the TNR cars. And while we let them race into the sunset, I'm going to very quickly nip off, and I'll do a run through as we enter the hour. Oh, we'll be back in just a second. Skiddy is really living up to his name. Back in 1 second. Evidently I haven't missed a lot because Skiddy's still P3. Let's turn on the old leaderboard and see what has happened as the top three go into the pits. Thomas is still P4. Cosmic's still behind him. Closer now, though. Beard has dropped back. Worthy has caught him a little bit. McKay's still further back. Not a lot has changed. Let's let the pit cycle go through. In fact, what is Thomas's tyres at? Thomas the tyre engine, 60%. So he's got a couple of laps to go. And he'll filter back into position. As the top two in GT5 hit the pit lane. Cosmic is on the run. Now what is Cosmic's tyres on? Cosmic's on the same, so Cosmic is doing this on merit, not a tyre disadvantage. Okay, our boy's coming back. Let's go on the beard camera. Not a lot's happening. Worthy overtaking a stricken GJ again. Is it? Or is he just blue flagging? I think he's blue flagging. Unfortunate amount of deaths that have gone on this race. The Wolves have claimed a couple of victims. As Neb is starting to make a good comeback. He's got past Juice Box. Thomas currently runs P2, but obviously wait for the pit cycle to come through. Bobbitt has made it. Oh, is that a? Why is he? Oh no, he hasn't. Don't say he's done it. Don't say GJ's gone. Have I done a curse? I've done a curse. GJ has lagged out or left or something has happened. He went hollow for a second and. Unfortunate for GJ, was doing fantastic, but tragedy struck hitting the wall, and now, unfortunately, it looks like a lag out. Very, very unfortunate for the LES driver. As we can see, Cosmic at the moment on the hunt against Thomas. Currently Cosmic's hitting strides. Granted, he's not as high as he should be, but he is hitting the strides. Hop on COD real quick. I don't want to hop on COD real quick, if I'm honest with you. There's COD. Still miles ahead. There's Leg. A little bit away, unfortunately. In fact, Ash is starting to rein him in now. Needs to put some pedal to the metal. As Cosmic and Thomas have now hit the pits. Skiddy and Bryker are still quite close, but they're a little bit away from each other. Worthy's worked his way back up into P3 with Beard on the pit strategy. In fact, Worthy is starting to attack Beard. He's within distance. He's on 60-odd%. Surely Beard is going to be in the pits this lap. He's a lap or two away. Maybe a lap away? Okay, so Worthy has actually drove his way forward on this. 38 people watching this stream. Thank you very much for the love and attention. I love you all in all your individual ways. As Beard decides that he likes the outside wall and he wants to have a taste of it. So Beard is entering the pits. Is Worthy going to pit? Yes, he is. So Worthy is up there on merits, so this is going to be an interesting one. Hello, Takashi. How are you, sir? Good to see you. So Skiddy is still catching Bryker, but he's not as close as he was. Ah, now you see, hold on, John. There's a reason, because you've got Takashi and then Takahashi, which is what our member is. Notice the A. As Rumble with Beard Cam. Now, Cosmic, has he got ahead on the pits there? Yes, he has. So Cosmic has pitted. Oh, and also, by the way, Takahashi has actually been going longer than the original Takeshi. There you go. So this is going to be a bit of a... There's another fight that's going to happen. And it's being Cosmic versus, you've guessed it, Beard. And Worthy, making up for his predecessor's slight issue in the last race. Too close, that is true. Now Thomas is ahead of these slightly. Has he got to stop again? No, Thomas has done his stop. In fact, he's overtaken the Pride of Brazil there. Skiddy's closer to Bryker again. Batka is so far ahead, he's already in Spa. I'm not going to comment on that. Thomas is still doing really, really well. He is slightly catching Skiddy though. I will admit, I don't know whether he's going to do it. I was about to say, that's a horrific autocorrect. Oh god, yeah, lucky that would... Christ, how long ago was that? Because that was... I remember him being RZM Takashi. I remember the AMR one. Because it was him and Blackout. I remember. And then they both went separate ways, didn't they? Yeah. Because I remember Blackout when he was LMR Blackout. That's how long ago I remember. In fact, I remember racing him and he still whipped my ass when he was new. Looks like Cosmic is getting away from Beard as well. Yeah, because Takashi doesn't... It's the thing, Redline, Takashi and Blackout, all three of them are all, like, very close to each other in global terms. Because I'm also close to all three of them. Like, we're all down in the same, you know, section of the UK. So it doesn't surprise me. AMR was one of those teams that it came onto the scene, did brilliant, and then slowly faded. Because Takashi, am I correct in thinking you were also in the south? Ah, in which case I'm thinking of the wrong person. I know someone within, because I know Redline and not Filthy. I know it's Redline and someone else with Blackout was in the southeast. I remember that because I scared the hell out of thinking. No, it's not Wrexham. God no, Wrexham's up north. It's dirty Audi A3. Or S3, I should say. Yeah, no, Takahashi's been around since Forza 4. He was BLJK or BLKJ? Back in the good old days. God, I miss Forza 4. That was some fantastic days. Outlaw, I don't know how long Outlaw's been on PT2. I think Outlaw... I don't know. I just think I only know certain people. I know that Ducky's been there the longest. The sad part is, I know the joke's gone over my head with me. I remember racing Ducky, then not racing him for a while, then finding him in COD. Blackjack, wow. I mean, if you want a really old team name, Plough. I still talk to Tubby every now and then. APR. I'm sorry. APR cannot be a. APR cannot be as an old team name. That, unfortunately, that was a new team that went dead very fast. Sorry about that. Do pre-workout shots mixed with vodka. Jesus Christ. Stop trying to kill him. It's Worthy now, starting to catch up to Beard. Riker and Skiddy still close. Thomas on his own. Everyone's like not racing each other. This is a bit boring, really. Leg has really dropped back now. Neb's not catching Larry anymore. I still remember back in the day of the drifting, some of the dumb things I built back then. Good God, me and Slider S15 used to do a hell of a lot of drifting. As another name for all you old Forza veterans, Slider S15. Another one I still talk to every now and then. Getting a little bit wide there. And has he got damage from that, or has he just let Worthy through by a bit of a cock-up? Well, that happened in the 40s. Oh, yeah, bit here. next time. Hillbilly. Hello, Krav. No, you are winning, sir. Yes, by a country mile. Yeah, you're quite a way ahead of Leg. I'll give Leg credit. He's dropped back a bit and he's kept the gap as it is. He hasn't got any worse. But now we're at the 45-minute mark. May as well do a run through. Your leader at the current moment is F1R Backer, to no one's surprise. So far ahead, he's currently in Spa. Leading the TNR duo is going to be Bryker over Skiddy for P3 and P4. Podium for both of these lovely gentlemen. Thomas is in P4 while he was on thingy to try and catch Skiddy. It's going to be a little bit too far done now, but some fantastic racing been had from the OSM member. Cosmic is P5 after nearly killing the whole field and flying into the tyre barrier. Worthy coming back to P6 ahead of EXR Beard in P7. Fatuzio in P8 with Mark A in P9 for HYR, and rounding out the top 10 for EBT is going to be insane. Bobbitt's in P11 after his brush with the wall and the Camaro deciding it wants to eat concrete. Fluffball in P12, and leading in GT5 is COD Chaos, followed by Leg Wrecked for F1R, Stock Ash for NDL in P3 and GT5, Larry in P4 for GT5 for TNR, PTG, Neb takes over for P. Jesus Christ, I was watching, I was like, oh my god. So 5th for Neb, 6th for Juicebox, and Toaster brings out the back of the grid after his escapade with the wall and the wet tyres. Yes, Krav, go back to bed. Although if it's 6 in the morning for you over there, there's no real point, you may as well stay up. And Worthy is still ahead of EXR Beard. Beard, as much as we take the piss out of him, has actually done fairly alright this race. Leg wrecked. Just getting in the way of Worthy there. A little bit of blue flaggage going on. Oh, Beard. Beard getting a little bit sideways there. Oh, and I say that, so does Worthy, touching the grass. It's going to let Beard catch back up to him. And go back to the old topic of drivers, by the way, and where people are. I do wonder where Ballistic has gone. RZM Ballistic. Or LMR Ballistic, however you know. He was a fantastic guy to be around, I will admit. Always helpful with myself. I would say I hope he comes back, but realistically he's never going to come back to this built from the ground up stuff. Let's be real honest, I wouldn't blame him. As we're starting to enter the 20 minutes to go. And when we do, you'll be back on the main TORA channel with STW Vettel. Critical Ballistic was together. They were the same person, yes. But I think Harmonic was working at Rolex. Oh, Rolex is Rolex. Oh, in which case, if he is, fair enough. What happened to Greek Sniper? He went to FRA and just does like hot lapping and stuff. I haven't seen him in competition for a while. Greek and Actin both left after I joined PTG, and it's a shame because Actin was a phenomenal touring car driver. I couldn't have shook the bloke. He honestly was insane. But yeah, Greek does a load of hot lap stuff now with FRA. One thing that does get me is we never saw, what was his name? Rensport, LMR. I've forgotten what his name is now. Used to run TORA. God, I can't remember what his name was. He used to help. Oh, this is getting spicy. He used to help run TORA. I haven't seen him back in this. I would have thought he would have come back soon, but people do what they do in their lives. As we can see, Beard now trying to pile on the pressure onto Worthy. VER versus EXR, battle of the R's. Worthy trying to hold on for dear life. Yeah, Greek honestly used to do fantastic stuff. He used to be brilliant in FM4 as well. Like, he was phenomenal. I think he still does leaderboard stuff now. As it looks like everyone's getting their final stops in now. As Beard's trying to find a way past Worthy. Both of these drivers are going to have to pit again. And Beard's going to do it into turn one. Forces Worthy to back out of it. Both of these drivers going hammer and nail on this. As you see Bryker, who's just come out of the pits, thundering down behind them. My thing about leaderboards was I used to remember doing Fuji Hokkaido, and I was so happy that I was close to Roadrunner when he was, I think he was VVV, or was Bryker forces his way past Worthy there. Yeah, I used to love being close to Fuji Hokkaido, and I got really close to Roadrunner a couple of times, and then Shinigami overtook me but didn't overtake Roadrunner, and he was my nemesis because I'd overtake him, get ready to get Roadrunner, and then Shinigami would overtake me again. It was infuriating. Oh, Beard! Oh, no, don't want that. It's not bad as there is. No, it's not. That's just a horrific. Tyres to the top. And Beard's going to go another lap. Thomas comes into the pit now. So Worthy has also stayed out. They're all staying out a little longer here, but I honestly wouldn't have done it. Judging by what just happened. He hasn't got a lot of fuel either. As Bryker makes his way back into P2. Beard holding on for it. Although this is a good play because it's going to set him up well. Juice Box is in the pits for the 5th time. Makes me wonder if there's been some issues. Neb's a little distance away from Larry. He is catching, but he's not going to get him by the end of the race. As we've got 5 minutes until everyone has to make the final stops. Only a couple of drivers who haven't. This looks like the gap between Cod and Legrect has got higher. And it looks like Cosmic and Thomas are back together again. Worthy's only just up the road. I think they will. As Beard's coming into the pits. Toaster's in the way. Toaster nearly got murdered by 2 AMGs there. Let's ride on board with Mr. Cosmic. As I think that Worthy and Beard could potentially come out into this. Or Beard might. But I think they might eclipse him. I think that is a yes, they have eclipsed him, not a might. So the good news is, everyone has done their final stops. So now we will know if anyone comes into the pits that they've somehow managed to bugger themselves up. One thing I will admit though is, well, yes, this is good racing. It is phenomenal to see some of the newer teams coming up in the field and actually physically racing and being at the sharp end. And it is great to see the variety of people. Obviously with F1R coming in place of RZM, OSM entering into the field, NDL slightly new. They're kind of slightly new. They've been around a little bit longer than the others, but it's fantastic to see so many people actually, you know, together and racing. As Cosmic getting it hung out to dry there. As Cosmic is on the hunt. I don't think he likes that Pikachu on the back of the OSM car. He's trying to eye up Thomas quite a bit. Beard has got a nice gap ahead of McKay and Worthy. Bertuzio also... Oh, Bertuzio's being lapped. So Bertuzio's now dropped a lap on everyone. It makes me wonder if he's got to recycle into the pits now. As Cosmic starting the attack. I would do, but unfortunately Cosmic is currently fighting Thomas. Oh, and there's a bit of contact there. There's rattling down the door, the AMG. Thomas keeps it ahead of Cosmic. A stern move there, but Cosmic isn't going anywhere. And Thomas now trying to keep him at bay, trying to navigate the GT5s as Toaster goes on the grass. And again, Cosmic on the inside, on the door panel. He's not going to get past him, but he's going to line him back up again. Cosmic absolutely on the sharp end of this at the moment. Really making that Lotus dance. And he's got a good run on Thomas. Is he going to be able to successfully get it round the outside? He's going to go for it. In fact, he has done it. He is ahead. Can Thomas come back at him at all? They're late on the brakes. There's a tiny nudge from Thomas. It's not enough to unsettle him. Nose on the inside, but Cosmic is ahead. Cosmic takes P4 with an extraordinary show of force there. As we jump over and see Worthy versus Vetuzio. As Batka now in the middle of both of them. Vetuzio's certainly got the run ahead. Although Worthy is fighting Batka. I don't know why. Jump back on for Thomas and Cosmic. So Thomas is starting to mount a charge. I've got two battles to keep an eye on here. This is bloody nuts. As Vetuzio's still ahead of Worthy. Worthy trying to hunt him down. Let's quick double check on these. Cosmic is going to be challenged into turn 1. Trying to keep an eye on everybody here. As VR Worthy trying to get back on Vetuzio. Oh! The banking nearly claims another victim there. As Worthy holds on for dear life. We're going to jump back over to these two now. As Thomas is now starting the sniffing game. Very, very close between all involved here. Just watching Worthy's a little bit away behind Vetuzio now. Where is Beard in all of this? Beard is a little distance off everyone, but if these two cause chaos to each other, he will make it. Looks like Worthy has dropped off the back of Vetuzio. Cosmic now, still fighting to hold on for P4. The ever-charging OSM member coming his way. Skiddy also attacking Bryker for P3. Oh my god, everyone is... Why do they do this now? And there's 7 minutes left. Oh, Cosmic, Cosmic, Cosmic! A little bit sideways into the barrier there. Worthy dropped off the back of Vetuzio. Just going to quickly march onto these two. As Skiddy's trying to hunt down his German compatriot. In fact, I think he might do it. He might actually do this. He's within the most closest distance he has. And if team orders isn't a thing, which I don't think it is, it's not. They're going for it into turn 1. Skiddy's going to come through. Skiddy for P2. Bryker for P3. And Bryker isn't going to fight it. We're going to jump onto Thomas as... I think Cosmic hit the side there. No damage to Cosmic. But unfortunately it looks like he's going to be out of that fight and in the clutches of Beard. Thomas is going to take P4. Unfortunately, curse of the commentator on that one. Good showing though from Cosmic, regardless. We're going to jump on board with the TNR cars. Fighting for P2. Worthy is slowly catching Vetuzio, but he's not doing well enough to get him. As Batco's is near enough going to put a lap on everyone. And Bryker's lining him up. And he's done it into the first corner. Switcheroo. Oh, and Skiddy is skidding off the track. Riker's going to take P2 again. As meanwhile, Worthy has got on the back of Vituzio again. Oh, he's done it again! Worthy with the drift up the banking. Somehow saves it. Pushing way too hard on the absolute fringes of death there. I will give him credit. Phenomenal car control on that one. Certainly this guy. I would hate to see Bruno's blood pressure at the current moment. Someone's tagging me in the Discord, let's have a look. Go, right, let's have a look at what he's doing. But did he die? No, he didn't. But he very nearly did. It looks like Thomas has got an absolute gap on Cosmic. Slowly being caught by Beard, but 3 minutes to go. I don't think Beard can do much. Everyone's decided to space each other's out now. Joe, we're actually going to stay on VR Worthy because there's a chance he's going to hit the wall again, so we're going to watch it. Not because of the bad things, but because he's just nuts as McKay has dropped down the order now. Has McKay hit the wall? Or is he just on absolutely old tyres? Old tyres and 5% fuel. Is he going to have enough? Vituzio flying through. Worthy now on the back of him as well. Don't do it. Don't do it. Behave. Good boy. Vituzio now taking it on both of them. And he's put McKay in between. In fact, no, McKay's dropped back more and more. Is he out of petrol? I think he's fuel saving. He's fuel saving. He's going to have to, but Worthy, meanwhile, is deciding to have a go at Vituzio. This is going to turn into a right old ding-dong scrap. 42 people watching. Hello, Sick. How are you, sir? Come on, Cam! I'll even join in on the fight. Even though you've only got 37 seconds. I'll not pay you if you lose. And you're paying your drivers. Contract. Oh, come on. Contract. As Vituzio hits the wall! And Worthy is going to get it! Vituzio is going to... The absolute... Oh, the thing that has plagued Worthy got Vituzio. Was that mind games? Is that how he did it? As everyone comes to an end, although someone did not want to stop on the pitch straight, did they? Who was that? That was insane. He stayed on for a while. Save the stint replay. I will attempt to design, but I don't think it will save anyway. But I will attempt to. But here is your run through. Batka, P1, absolute monstrous run, with P2 going the way of TNR Bryker, who seems to have taken his escape road, ahead of Skiddy in P3. A fantastic fight by both of these. Thomas takes P4, an outstanding drive for the OSM member, with P5 going the way of EXR Boat Anchor. Fantastic run, and also the pure one of, well, Beard Cam, Scary, everything else. P6 goes the way of NDL Cosmic, the only man who somehow managed to spin twice and is in the top 10 still. Fantastic work from the Noodle Man. Worthy takes P7, as we just saw, ahead of the TBR car of Vituzio, who managed to do the thing that has plagued Worthy all this time. Mark A takes P9 for HYR. P10 goes away of EBT Insane with Bobberts. P11, funny enough, the place that undid him at the start. With Fluffball rounding out the GT4 grid in P12. In GT5, to no one's surprise, COD absolutely monstered his way through to a lead over the F1R car of Leg Wrecked. Still a fantastic job, but it couldn't overcome COD. Oh, as Vituzio leg goes out. Stockash takes the podium in GT5. Oh look, there's Toaster. He takes the podium in GT5 just ahead of Larry in P4. PTG Neb takes P5 after a little bit of damage, with Toaster Lord P6 and Juicebox in P7, and the two lag outs of Gige and Vida. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Fantastic race from all. I just want to thank everybody for coming into the stream and for the chats for the last, what, 2 odd hours now? Oh, sorry, 4 hours worth. It's been phenomenal. It's been emotional. And you've all seen the same stuff that I've seen. Thank you all very, very much. I have been your stream host. I have been PTG Chungus. Enjoy your nights. Enjoy your racing. Thank you very much for watching. And take care.